Yeah, Deputy Kenny. Sorry, well, Mike, do you want to go first?
Is it true to say that there's no bus operator in this state who uses alternative fuels?
I think, Deputy, that there was a gas-fuelled bus that was operated by Dublin Bus on a pilot basis for a few years. But I don't think that worked out technically.
That wasn't continued.
It was a conversion, and I think that it wasn't actually built for initially as a gas-fuelled vehicle and was converted. And there were some technical
The engine wasn't designed for that kind of fuel,
so it proved difficult.
So apart from that, then there's no other bus operator using
not
alternative
at present,
fuels.
to my knowledge.
Okay. And are we comment?
Other than there's a biofuel obligation scheme in place, so at the moment that biofuel obligation is at 6%, so all road transport has an element of alternative fuels in it. So, but none running, to my knowledge, on exclusively on alternative.
The fuel itself, the fuel has a biofuel component to it.
Yes.
Right. But there's no bus operators using.
100%.
I remember being on holidays in Porto, in Portugal, a couple of years ago, and every bus had a sign on it saying this bus is using alternative energy. So
it's quite widespread as a technology in Europe.
In Europe, I noticed that, but it hasn't.
In a number of EU member states, quite a lot of the public transport operators
have signs on their buses saying that. Yeah.
You're clear? You're happy?
No, but is there any? Is it a policy to try and implement or try and persuade bus operators to switch? Does it mean that the engines have to be designed? Does it mean getting a new bus fleet or what?
It would require, in fact, a purchase of new vehicles. Now, to our knowledge, the vehicles are not considerably more expensive. They may be 10 to 15% more expensive than conventionally fuelled vehicles. Really, the refuelling infrastructure is the issue there, because the installation of gas refuelling infrastructure is expensive. So, in terms of promotion of it as a policy within Ireland, we try to focus on. We're trying to encourage maybe fleets that might be able to invest in a refuelling infrastructure, because at the moment it would be a cheaper fuel, so there would be benefits to fleets in taking it up, but the initial investment costs are quite high.
I wonder, is it technically possible to convert some of the? I mean, I noticed Dublin Bus are buying all new Volvo state-of-the-art buses, and I would be surprised if they weren't, if they couldn't be converted to biofuels. They're coming from Sweden. They're made. I mean, I don't know what the situation in Sweden is, but they're Swedish manufactured buses.
Oh, I imagine that they could accept a higher proportion of biofuels in the fuel mix, certainly. And I am sure that the NTA in procuring those buses did operate under the criteria that are set out in the public procurement directives for the purchase, for the consideration of sustainability criteria in making the purchase. So they would be considered very, very sustainable buses in and of themselves.